Mr. Chairman, and I will start today by asking a very obvious question. What in the world are we doing here? Today is the 16th day since House Speaker John Boehner shut down the United States government. He could end the shutdown this morning, like right now, by simply allowing the House of Representatives to vote on legislation to reopen the government. This bill has already passed the Senate and has more than enough votes to pass the House. But Speaker Boehner refuses to bring it to the House floor without the support of a majority of his own political party. In other words, if Speaker Boehner brought this bill to the House floor today, it would pass with about 24 Republicans and most, if not all, Democrats. Since he does not have 51% of the Republican Party, Speaker Boehner refuses to allow any vote on this bill. That is why we are still in this government shutdown. That is why people say Speaker Boehner is holding our country hostage. And that is why the American people correctly blame House Republicans for shutting down the government. Their approach puts the ideology of one political party ahead of the interests of our entire nation. Even worse, if this issue is not resolved in the next few hours, we will begin defaulting on our debts, something our nation has never done before. As House Republicans drive our nation towards the fiscal cliff, credit rating agencies are warning that the full faith and credit of our nation is now at risk, and investors are dumping Treasury bills. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle are truly concerned about the shutdown. Allow us to end it. Stop this madness right now. Let us bring the clean Senate bill to the House floor and let us pass it. You can still vote against it, but don't bring down our entire government just because you do not want to allow a vote. Rather than allowing us to take this reasonable course of action, House Republicans today want to focus on restricted access to the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. So let me address this issue directly. The World War II Memorial is a stunning and beautiful monument, but it is made of marble and fountains. Do you know what a more significant tribute to our veterans is? Do you know what really honors our nation's heroes for their service and for their sacrifice? Providing them with the benefits they earned after suffering injuries in combat, paying them the pensions they need to cover their rent, their utility bills, their food, and guaranteeing the assistance they rely on to stay off the streets and, in some cases, to simply stay alive. That is how we make good on our promises to veterans. We take care of them like they took care of us. They gave their blood, their sweat, and their tears, in some instances, all they had. Yesterday, a nonpartisan coalition of 33 veterans groups held a rally at the World War II Memorial. And Gary Augustine, the executive director of the Disabled American Veterans, explained the importance of these benefits to veterans across the country. This is what he said. For many, those payments may be the primary and only source of income. Also yesterday, John Schultz, an Army veteran who started VoteVets.org after serving 2 tours in Iraq, said this, and I quote, "If you lost both your legs in Vietnam and you're on prosthetics and you're 100% connected disabled, you don't get a disability check because the Republicans have hijacked the government over Obamacare," end of quote. I will conclude by reading from a statement issued on October 3rd by 2 of the most distinguished World War II veterans ever to serve in Congress, Republican Bob Dole, Senator Bob Dole, and Democratic Representative John Dingell, who were both instrumental in creating the World War II Memorial. This is what they said, and I quote, "As two proud World War II veterans, blessed also to serve this great nation in Congress, we consider it our bipartisan work together in helping to create a National World War II memorial to be among our greatest accomplishments and a true honor to our brothers in arms. If this Congress truly wishes to recognize the sacrifice and bravery of our World War II veterans and all who've come after, it will end this shutdown and reopen our government now. The current shutdown has slowed the rate at which the government can process veterans' disability claims, and as the VA has stated, it is negatively impacting other services to our nation's veterans. Piecemeal or partial spending plans do not adequately ensure that our veterans, and indeed all Americans, have access to the system of self-government established to serve and protect them." End of quote. Mr. Chairman, we are out of time. I understand that the Senate will make one more attempt this morning to resolve this issue on a bipartisan basis. I just hope and I pray that Speaker Boehner will finally put our nation first, that he will put this bill on the floor and allow us to vote so we can avert default and reopen our government before it is too late. With that, I yield back.
I thank the gentleman. We now go to the chairman of the full